Good morning and Merry Christmas, everybody. Welcome back to Money Talks here on Channel 7. I'm your host today, Glenn Wiggle, here with Mike Lomas, and we are the Financial Guys. And we have a great show lined up for you today. As you can probably tell in the background, we have a couple of crying kids, so we want to take this opportunity and why don't we check right in with Santa right out of the gate, and we'll see how he's doing. So, Santa, how are you over there?
Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Hey,
we're having a great day.
Santa, do you have good children or bad children with you?
I have a lot of good ones so far, a couple of loose ones, but they're coming around.
A lot of cute ones over there.
So what I want to know is the Financial Guys, how have you been this past year?
We've been
on the naughty
very
list or
good.
the good
Well,
list?
we've been exceptionally good.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Hey, you don't have that elf on the shelf over there with you, do you? Because I want to have a little talk with him after.
Yeah.
Yes.
We got some issues.
All right, after the show, if I could spend just maybe like 15 or 20 minutes with him.
I'll be here for your pleasure.
He's caused me a lot of sleepless nights. So
Here with all the nice kids.
Yeah, no doubt.
all right, well, we're going to check in throughout the show with you, right?
All right.
Yeah, we'll keep checking. We'll check back in just a little bit and see how Santa's doing over there with the kids. And looks like it's like trying to herd cats, wandering off in different directions. But we'll check in again. And later in the course of today's show, we'll have some kids that are doing some. What are they doing?
Gingerbread houses, yes, all kinds of activities down here. And this is the Financial Guys family, so a lot of them
Yes,
spending
of
their
course.
Saturday morning with us here on WKBW to enjoy the holidays. And Merry Christmas. We say that here on Money
That's
Talks. Merry Christmas.
Merry
I know we
Christmas.
might offend some of you, but it's too bad.
That's too bad. Yeah, happy New Year as well. Obviously, a pretty tough time in the stock markets. We are going to talk a little bit about that today. I mean, it's been
lot
this
of
week
volatility.
especially a lot of volatility.
A lot of stupidity out of the Fed. What else do you
This is
say?
unfortunate. I mean, it's you look at the Fed for 8 years. We had a Federal Reserve that kept rates at zero. Not only did they keep rates at zero throughout the entire administration of Barack Obama, but they did QE1, they did QE2, they did QE with the twist.
Right.
Right. They did everything they could do.
So Trump wins, and now all of a sudden
Immediately.
we increase interest rates and continue to increase interest rates without any signs of inflation. And what aggravated me about the Fed call the other day was not so much the rate increase, but the fact that there was
commentary.
nothing from them.
Right.
I mean, here's what I want to hear. I want to hear we are looking at the stock market. We are paying attention to that. And we are going to make adjustments depending on your wealth. I mean, that's real wealth. You can't, as a Fed, you can't say, well, we're just going to ignore the stock market. It's a leading indicator. It's telling you what we think the economy is going to do in the future. And in the short term, it's saying we're not happy with what's going on.
Clearly not. I think what you're seeing is you're seeing a potential slowdown in the economic situation in next year. I think that's the expectation across Wall Street, is that you're probably going to see a slowdown from the 3 to 4% growth rates we've had, maybe down to 1 or 2%. Under that context, looking at a potential slowdown, the Fed should take that into consideration and say, "Oh, wait a minute now. We want to be careful not to pour too much water on the fire." Think about it this way, and this is the kind of the way I kind of look at it, and I just explained it to a client this past week. It's like the economy is like a bonfire, right? So you got a nice campfire in front of you, and if you dump a glass of water on that campfire, it will come back, right? It doesn't put the campfire out. Put another glass of water on, it might, but if you wait for it to come back, you can put another glass of water on top of that fire, let's say every 20 or 30 minutes, and it will continue to flourish, right? That glass of water is like an interest rate increase. What the Fed has done is just dumping on glass of water, glass of water, glass of water, glass of water. It's not letting the fire kind of absorb that and rekindle itself.
Yeah.
And that's what's going on right now with the economy. I think the Wall Street is looking at the potential for a slowdown here, and they're looking at that slowdown because the Fed's just dumping too much water too fast. So too many rate increases way too soon.
Yeah,
way too quickly.
keep in mind from an investment standpoint, it is so important that you just take a step back and make slow, subtle changes. The stock market here is becoming relatively cheap.
Oh, yeah.
Earn price relative to earnings, and so the pendulum is always going to switch. It's going to go too aggressive on the upside. It's going to oversell on the downside. Make subtle adjustments, and we talked about this for weeks. It's all about managing risk. It's about putting together a well-diversified plan and making subtle adjustments along the way, and embracing technology. We talk about that all the time. Our portfolios automatically rebalance, so our clients are not just sitting there frozen.
Right.
We're making changes. People have been asking me, "What do I do?" I say, everything and nothing.
Right.
And what do you mean everything and nothing? Well, nothing. I don't want you to make panic decisions. I want you to stay in the model you're in. We did a lot of homework and research to figure out why we're there. Everything means we're doing everything in our power right now inside that model to try to take advantage of the volatility. So when we do come back to even, and we will, we're that much better off for it. We've taken advantage of it.
Yeah, it seems like it's, things are pretty ugly off the highs, right? We've seen a pretty good correction from the highs, but when you look at the actual year to date, we're down about 4 or 5%.
Yeah.
So it's not a horrible year. It's just not a a complete washout. It looks bad because we ran up so high so fast.
Yes.
I think that makes a big difference.
And let me tell you this: last week you started to see the VIX really shoot up, which
Yes.
is a measure of how much people are scared in this economy.
right.
And it was funny; these numbers are going back to when the market was down 60-70%.
That's right, exactly.
So that's a good sign. That's a bullish sign.
That's right. So we'll talk more about that in the upcoming segment here. We've got 3 more segments to go. Do not turn the dial. You've got the financial guys. We'll be right back here on Money Talk. Stay tuned. Good morning and welcome back to Money Talks here on Channel 7. Again, I'm your host, Glenn Wigler, here with Mike Lomas, and we are the financial guys. We are talking a little bit of finance today. We're also talking a little bit of Santa today as well. We're just talking about the Federal Reserve and our opinion that the Fed has just done too much too soon. We had 8 years of zero interest rates with all kinds of Fed stimulus, and suddenly, apparently, after the inauguration, the economy just became perfect again. And so it gave the Fed a great opportunity to raise rates like 7 or 8 times in the last 2 years.
1 year of Trump tax cuts. Well,
Yeah.
let me say this: the biggest Trump tax cut has been the deregulation and getting rid of some of the ridiculous regulations, which were really just taxes. That's Obama said we're going to regulate stuff, but that meant we're going to tax stuff, and that was a stimulus to the economy. And it started to get the economy growing at 3 or 4%. Let it grow. What's so wrong with that? And that's really the point. By the way, we do have Santa floating around. We have children floating around.
That's right. So if you hear something in the background, that's what it is. But
And I did not touch any of they're making candy houses, gingerbread houses.
That was almost a disaster. So they're trying to cut off the end of it. You'll see.
They
in a
had the
second.
4 main food groups: candy canes, candy corn, syrup,
And frosting.
frosting.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah, we'll switch the camera over and take a little quick peek at them. Anyway, while we're waiting on that, why don't we actually jump over to Rochelle's 2 cents and get Rochelle's opinion on all the stuff that's going on during the financial guys during the holiday season and thereafter. So, Rochelle, take it away.
Hey everybody, look at this. We're approaching Christmas. It's my favorite time of the year. It's everybody's favorite time of the year. Merry Christmas to all of you from the Financial Guys. I just want to take a quick minute to thank everybody for this past Thursday. We had an open house. Santa was there, all the kids came, we had cookies and hot cocoa, all those wonderful things that we were mentioning before, and it went off without a hitch. We couldn't have been more excited. You know, we had so many donations and a lot of people chipped in, and we really appreciate everybody stopping out to our offices at 305 Spindrift and sharing that time with us. We're really excited. It was our first time to be able to do that, and we plan on doing it for many more years to come. So stay tuned for more of that. But I did want to touch base, because as the year's wrapping up, we're getting into more TFG Academy. So you can go to our website, thefinancialguys.com, and you can see the whole list. You can see it right there actually in front of you of the upcoming Academy sessions. And we're going to kick the year off with another economic and markets update with our chartered financial analyst, John Thur. It's always a great session. So not only does he give us his opinion on what's coming up in the markets, you know, what's happened and what's going to happen going forward and how you should position your portfolios, or at least give you, you know, an idea of how things are going to go. It always ends up being like a nice conversation at the end. People like to ask a lot of questions, a lot of feedback. It's a great one to go to. But I did want to tell you, stick around for next week. We're going to have another whole arm of TFG Academy based on services that, you know, might not affect you directly financially, but help you bridge the gap into some of the services that we want to offer you guys here at the Financial Guys. So Merry Christmas to everybody, and stay tuned. Hit our website. Always like us on Facebook. You can see pictures of our open house from this past week, and have a great day and have a great weekend. Merry Christmas, everyone. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Rochelle. Appreciate it. And Happy New Year to everybody as well. Make it your New Year's resolution to put together a financial plan for yourself, because that's what makes, I think, weathering some of these storms a little bit easier. When you know you have a long-term time horizon, you know what your plan is, you know how you're going to react to certain things. You know, New Year's resolutions are always, you know, I want to lose weight, I'm going to quit smoking, I'm going, with all good things, by the way. Not, don't, I just say, those are positive.
Let me tell you something. You smoke and drink, you just get your financial house in
That's
order.
right. The most important thing, right?
Oh, it's funny. Rochelle's daughter. We have our TFG, our Financial Guys family. A lot of our family is here, and Rochelle's daughter was slowly trying to sneak over to her side of the set. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. So anyway, we'll check in with the kids in just a little bit. And of course, if you need us throughout the week, folks, I know it's a holiday season, but we are always in the office pretty much 24/7 it seems like, but Monday through Friday, seriously, 9 to 5. Feel free to use us as a resource, 633-1515. If you're concerned, if you think your accounts are down more than they should, if you just want to talk to somebody about what's going on, sometimes, having a little bit of light shine on some of the uncertainty out there, I think makes things a little bit less frightening, right? So use us as a resource. If you think like us, feel free to give us a call at the office, 633-1515, again, 633-1515.
Real quickly, by the way, we were talking about the Fed, we were talking about trade policy we talked about last week. Don't think for a second this market's not a little bit volatile about the wall. I know it sounds crazy,
Sure.
but safety is key. If you don't have a safe environment to do business, ask yourself, why is the east side of Buffalo not a prosperous place? It's not because it's expensive to buy real estate. It's cheap. It's almost free. It's just not safe, right? Building a wall makes America safe, and that is some uncertainty here. You got the wall, trade, and of course the Fed. So those three things are putting a little bit of a damper on the economy and the market, and we got to follow all three.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we're going to take a very short commercial break here, folks. So we check back in. We'll be talking again with Santa and the kids, find out what's going on. Stay tuned. You got much more to come here with the Financial Guys on Money Talks. Good morning and welcome back to Money Talks. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to everybody. Happy Hanukkah. I know we're past Hanukkah, but whatever you celebrate, I hope you have a wonderful time with your family. We've got a lot of our families here in studio with us today. So we've got the Santa's here, we've got the kids here, we've got gingerbread house making going on, we've got all kinds of fun stuff. So we like to do this once a year and bring all the kids in and just have an opportunity to kind of show off the families with the Financial Guys. When we started, going back 20 years, neither of us were married.
Neither
right?
of us had kids.
Neither of us had kids, of course.
I didn't have any gray hair.
No, neither of us had gray hair, and that was way, way, way back 25 years ago. And so we now have families and kids, and it's been nice to see the Financial Guys grow over the years, not only in size of as a firm with number of assets and clients and things like that, but just as a family, watching our families grow and watching our employees and their families grow. And I think it's been a wonderful thing.
And it's great to have them here. And Rochelle was smart enough to bring some gingerbread home so they could occupy throughout the show.
Absolutely. So they're making gingerbread houses, and we're going to check in with them in just a second. I do want to mention that of course we do manage money for a living, and so if you need us throughout the week, folks, it's been an extraordinarily tough market. No matter what asset class you look at this year, I don't think there's any asset class that's really up over much more than a couple
one
percent.
market that was up as of last week, and that was India. That was it.
Yeah, I mean, the world economy is certainly struggling, and that's having an impact. A lot of uncertainty in our country, of course, as well, with the wall, the interest rates, the tariffs, and so uncertainty. Certainly creates a lot of volatility, and you're seeing that in the market. But if you are concerned about it, feel free to use it as a resource. Call us at the office, 633-1515, again, 633-1515.
Before the show's over, I definitely want to talk, by the way, the article this week, 48,000 people left New York State.
Yeah, number one in the country, by the way.
Andrew Cuomo, sweet job.
Yeah, and polling cards, by the way, you were touting how great Erie County was doing. New York, number one in the country for loss of population.
You did it.
You did it. Number one.
That's probably the best line of the movie Elf.
Yes,
it's when he takes the girl out for a date.
The coffee.
It's the best coffee.
Best coffee
you did
in the world.
You did it. So when you Democrats say, "Wow, this redistributing of wealth and picking winners and losers is working," it's not. People are leaving. 48,000 people gone. Guess where they went? Business-friendly states. And guess what? We didn't lose the people on welfare. We did not lose them. We lost folks that are going to work and paying taxes. That's who's leaving.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. But anyway. All right, let's check in with Santa. Let's check in with Santa and see how they're doing over there. We've got Santa and the kids over there making gingerbread houses. So, Rochelle, how are we doing over there?
We're doing awesome. I don't know. These are probably the coolest gingerbread houses I've seen, and surrounded by the cutest kids on the nice list. I can say that myself. I got an up-close look. These guys are awesome. So I'm just going to ask some of these kiddos what they want for Christmas. Hi, buddy. How are you? How are you, Gabriel? Do you want to say what you want for Christmas? What do you want?
Star Wars toys.
Star Wars toys. All right, that's a good one.
He actually, Rochelle, when I asked him before, he said a house.
Oh, see?
He's a big thinker. That guy.
He is.
Yeah.
How about you, Grayson? You want to come over here with me? Come here, buddy.
No, not yet.
Come on.
Think big, Grayson. Think
Come on,
big. Don't be
This is your
scared.
chance. What do you want for Christmas?
A big Mary Pencil, a big Max make.
A big Rapunzel and the big Maximus.
Oh,
Nice.
he knows his
Maximus.
Disney, that Grayson, of
Very
course.
good.
Madison, what do you want for Christmas, sweetheart?
LOL doll.
Oh, say it a little louder.
LOL doll.
That sounded like an LOL doll to me, and I
Uh-huh.
think that's an awesome gift. What about you guys back here, Allie and Olivia? What do you guys want for Christmas?
An American Girl doll.
That's another good doll, American Girl
yeah.
doll, of course.
Oh, a new TV.
A new
A new
TV.
TV.
We're thinking
Very
big over
nice.
here,
I
guys.
know. We're thinking big.
Very
We got big wishes. Yeah.
Somebody wanted a house. So one of them said big,
Yep.
big.
Yep.
Right?
See,
I
these
think I
kids are
heard
going
condo on the
places, so
beach
they know
over there.
exactly what they want, and they want the good stuff. So, absolutely. Santa, how you doing over here?
Oh, I'm doing great, but I can't fit the house in my bag.
Can't fit the house in his bag, so we'll think of something. Don't worry, guys.
It looks like those gingerbread houses are coming along pretty well. I'm pretty
They
impressed
really
with
are.
Your craftsmanship over there.
Thank you to
impressive.
Lily and Kelsey. They're really holding down the fort. So
Yes, Kelsey, by the way, all the way in from Palm Beach, visiting us this
she
week.
is Kelsey from Palm Beach, helping with our gingerbread houses.
Do they
What
have gingerbread houses in Palm Beach, or are they all like?
melt.
Oh, yes.
They're all surf
absolutely.
shacks, is what they build
Yeah,
there.
clearly we're very skilled.
They're surrounded by palm trees, though, I think.
Glenn wouldn't let me touch it before. He didn't think it was a good idea
No,
for
well,
me to play around with it
yeah.
before we went on set. I'm
That's
like,
right.
I'll be fine. I'll
We
be
got
fine.
one more
Exactly.
wish for Christmas. Sawyer, what do you want for Christmas?
I want the big dino.
A big dinosaur. I like it.
Perfect. Think big.
Yeah.
Think
Thinking
big.
big.
Santa's got his sleigh ready, all
Very
set
good.
to go.
Are we ready, Santa?
We are ready. The party's on.
Party's on.
Party's
All right,
on.
perfect.
Reindeer ready. Let's go.
All right, sounds good. We'll check back in with Santa and the kids in just a little bit. But again, this is our financial guys' family as it's grown over the years, and it's great to see all the kids and all the families have grown. So anyway, we were talking before about the Fed, right, and
Yep.
some of the uncertainty that's out there, and certainly a lot of that. We'll talk a little bit more about that in the next segment. So we come back, we'll talk a little more about the markets, what's going on, and maybe a little more about New York State as well. And now, of course, we'll check in with the kids also. So again, if you just throughout the week, folks, numbers on the screen, 633-1515. We are the Financial Guys. We'll be right back here on Money Talks. Welcome back to Money Talks. Again, this is a show where money meets politics, and today we're really talking about money, and we're talking about kids and our families here. So we got a whole crew in front of us here, and Rochelle has been interviewing some of the kids to find out what they want for Christmas.
Except for my
That's
wife
Santa
Amy,
here?
she's hiding. She didn't
She-
want to come in the picture. She's shaking her head now. But I match, honey. I match.
Yes, that's
Aren't
good.
you proud
do
of me?
match. Well, she dressed you, so I'm
Right.
match, so
Well, sometimes I sneak out and then she catches me.
after the fact.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
and
the worst. thing.
That is.
No,
If you want to ever do a reality show with me, we'll tape me coming home on a Saturday morning after she didn't see me dress myself and
Yeah.
sneak out of the house. So.
Yes, for those people that are just getting married out there, for you guys out there, you want to make sure that you don't. If you do go out of your house without actually dressing, your wife dressing, if you dress yourself, make sure that there's no Facebook photos, someone's taking a picture of you.
No
and so we
evidence.
don't do a TV show,
No
no
evidence.
whatsoever. And now we'll have a long and happy marriage. It'll work out well. So here we are with the kids, and they're making gingerbread houses, and we've got Kelsey here, Rochelle here, Elizabeth, Sue, Mike Zimmer. My mom, Rosalie, is in the shot here as well, playing the part of Mrs. Claus, which is perfect. And let's find out. We have just a few more minutes left here in today's segment, so let's find out what some of the other kids want for Christmas.
Yeah, we
I heard
got a
condo
couple
on the
more.
beach before.
Oh,
Yes.
right.
Big thinkers here. Big thinkers.
I love it.
Come right over here, honey. Channing, what do
thinkers.
you want for Christmas? Oh, come right over here, darling.
A baby doll.
Oh, that's a
baby
good
doll.
one.
Very
A baby
nice.
doll. Got that, Santa?
Got that in your bag, Santa? You good?
What do you want,
got it,
Gary?
Steering wheels and pedals.
Oh, say it one more time.
Steering wheels and pedals.
Steering wheels and pedals.
Nice. A
All
car.
right.
Nice.
A car.
Good choice.
So
Great
we've
choice.
heard condo on the beach, a Ferrari now. I'm
Yep.
just assuming.
Car, yeah. There you
Right,
go.
I'm a car guy, so
That's right.
think big, think big. All right, ton of market volatility out there. Obviously, a time to think about family, though, friends.
Absolutely.
Look, the stock market's going to come back. It's all a matter of how you react to it. This stuff happens, right?
Yes.
Stocks go down, they go up. Sometimes they go down more than they should. Sometimes they go up more than they should. You got to make sure you rebalance. But of course, this week it's Christmas. Think
That's
about
right.
the family. Think about friends. Think about all you're blessed with.
Yeah, absolutely. And the market's not been that bad this year, right? So
No.
we're down maybe 5% for the year. Not been a horrible year. This is not 2008 again. But the reality of it is 2008 came back. So, don't stay up at night worried about it. If you are, use this as a resource. You can always call us at the office. We'd be happy to run you through a risk assessment and take a look at, your portfolio. 633-1515. If you need us to do that. But yeah, this is the time to spend time with your family, your friends, enjoy the holidays, and think about some of those New Year's resolutions that maybe you want to make going forward. Obviously the losing weight, the quitting smoking, all good stuff. But I think to me, most important is make sure you have a financial plan. Know where you're going with your money and know how to put together a plan so that when you come through these types of volatile markets, you're a little bit more comfortable and not so much worried about the day-to-day fluctuations. You should be taking a long-term approach. Right. And if you need us throughout the week, feel free to use us as a resource against 633-1515.
And if you think you've got a job to do, this guy right
That's
here.
right. He's busy.
This guy right here is going to be really, really busy.
That's right. Stan, any last words? We got about 10 seconds left
Yes,
here.
the sled is ready, and he's got to go because it's time. I got a lot of work ahead of me.
Ready to rock and roll. And I need to get in my house this system where they talk to us from above because the children go.
Yeah, right?
They all behave for a few seconds. I love that.
All right, well, Merry Christmas from our family to yours at the Financial Guys. Happy New Year, and we'll see you next week right here on Money Talks. Thanks for watching.